I used to think that I wasn't a YouTuber, right? Whenever I take my camera out in public, before I did this full time, 9 to 5, I didn't feel qualified to do this. I would be like holding my camera and making videos way back when nobody watched and nobody cared. And I didn't feel validated. I didn't feel like I could call myself a YouTuber, you know? But then I changed that mentality. I was like, you know what? I am this. I just don't make enough money to live right now. This is what I am. This is what I do. I make content. I have a business. I just don't make enough. But this is what I am. And you'll be surprised shifting that mentality to whatever you identify with. Or if you got any questions about business, freelance, side hustles, that is today's stream. Let's see what else. Go sub to my other Grind Reel channel, by the way. And if you want to do like a one-on-one, there's a link down. What is the meaning of grind reel? All right, so you have like a reel, like a film reel, and then you have grind, because that's what it's about. Waking up every day and doing what you want to do. Not what you have to do, but what you want to do. Sometimes you got to do what you have to do what you want to do. But you should be doing two things in life. You should be figuring out what you want to do or doing that thing. Anything else is like you've settled. But that happens to most people. Most people end up in a place, you know, they have kids, they got a wife, they got a family, or they just couldn't manage to make it work, and so they just have to pick something different. But like, so a lot of people just end up in a job that's like, it's all right, I can do it for 40 hours a week, the pay is fine, but it's not like what you would want to do to get paid. How long was it until you got your first spike? I didn't wait on YouTube to get a first spike. I went to people. I posted my videos in other places. I've been trying to figure out what I want to do for years. Yeah, me too. Then I found it. I've tried so many things that failed, and you guys will never see them, right? Because they failed. They didn't work. It's not for me. You just can't scale consulting very well. Like, you can only either charge more money or do like classes and have larger classes. But in general, consulting is selling your time, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I like doing it. That's why I do. I like doing it. I just don't do it that often. Should you be in the conversation with another department manager if you want to move there with your current department manager, knowing will this not backfire? I don't think. Why would your current manager care if you want to move departments? Your current, like, this, managers are there to support you. They're not there to control you, but so many managers end up controlling you. You have to basically just not care. You have to be like, look, man, this is what I want to do. My happiness is most important to me. My interests are most important to me. Not you getting to decide, like, you just like having a power trip. Just do it anyways. Just tell them how it is. Like, you gotta stop being so afraid at work. Everyone's like, most people will respect you putting your foot down. Surprisingly, most people at work will respect you putting your foot down. Do you follow the FIRE movement? FIRE movement doesn't, in a way, like, that's the goal, but I don't work a regular salary job, and FIRE movement doesn't talk about making more money. FIRE movement just talks about spending less money and saving more money. I do the opposite. I want to make more money. Well, I still want to spend less money, but I want to make more money too. At a salaried job for the FIRE movement people, so FIRE means financial independence, retire early. That's what FIRE means for you guys that don't know. It's mostly for people that are just like, invest in a 401k, live as lean as possible, and don't you know, just try to work your way up to until you can get enough money to live off your mutual fund dividends. And that doesn't really work for me because I don't have a 401k. I was like, I would match myself to a 401k. It doesn't make any sense. It works a little bit different, but yeah, the goal is financial retirement early. Financial retirement, not work retirement. I'm gonna make a video on that. Do you still learn new technologies? If I need to. I mean, what's the need? I don't sit there and read. I learn things that I need to get the job done. I just received an email job vacancy from Reviture. Are they real? Yeah, don't do Reviture, dude. Reviture is garbo. Reviture makes you sign a 2-year contract, and they can send you anywhere in the United States. Anywhere. You don't have a choice. They can send you anywhere in the United States for 2 years. And if you say, I'm done with this, and you break contract, you got to pay $35,000. That's not a very good deal. What's the 5-second method? The 5-second rule from Mel? It's where you count backwards from 5, and then you do the thing you were going to do after 5 seconds. Can I call myself a coder when looking for a job and I've only programmed games? Dude, who cares? Why you care about a label? Call yourself whatever you want. You could call yourself the president of your own company that's making games and you want to work for other people. It doesn't stop letting, it's whatever you identify with. Like, hey, let me give you an example. I used to think that I wasn't a YouTuber, right? Whenever I take my camera out in public, before I did this full time, 9 to 5, I didn't feel qualified to do this. I would be like holding my camera and making videos way back when nobody watched and nobody cared. And I didn't feel validated. I didn't feel like I could call myself a YouTuber, you know, but then I changed that mentality. I was like, you know what? I am this. I just don't make enough money to live right now. This is what I am. This is what I do. I make content. I have a business. I just don't make enough. But this is what I am. And you'll be surprised shifting that mentality to whatever you identify with. How many videos should a YouTuber strive to make in a year? I mean, that's up to you. I like 1 piece of content per day. As far as standing up to your boss, yeah, it's not really easy to do because he has all the leverage, or that's what they make you think. They have all the leverage. Like, bosses bully you around because, I don't know, they make you think that they own you, and which is like super unhealthy, and then they really don't. They need something from you. That's why you're still there. How many hours a day do you spend on your business? Most of the day. Well, thank you for the £5. 5 quid. I got an interview soon. They said they're going to ask me what excites you about our company and the tech industry. Any tips? I mean, for the tech industry, you got to read what they're doing and say that you're excited about what they're doing. And what excites you about the company name, you got to go look up their company values, and you have to say, I really align with your company values. That's the HR answer that you're looking for. So if it's like teamwork, execution, ownership, whatever the values are, every company has a few, and you should be able to recite them back to the HR lady. That's what she's looking for. Why would any of you guys want to retire early? What? No, financial retirement is different than work retirement. Work is going to always be there. Even, like, I think if everyone retired right now and they went on, sit on the beach and drink Coronas, that'd be fun for like a month. And then you guys would get bored. Just like me, I know I would. I need to be better. I just don't want to think about where my mortgage is coming from. But that's independent of me wanting to be better at my skill sets and what I do. That's why rich people still work. You know, rich people got billions of dollars, millions of dollars. Why do they need more money? Why do they want more money? Why do they still work? They don't got to work. They could just go live in their mansion all day. You want to know why? It's because it's boring. They want to be better. Would you say money's always better than the culture, or is there a balance? I will take less money for remote. I'll take less money for more time, or I'll take more money if I know that it's going to let me get to where I want to go to faster. Or I'll take less money and more time so that I can use that time to make more money that will get me where I want to go faster. You consider creating a union for software developers? No. People think I'm like super socialist and super anti-capitalist, and it's like I'm none of those things. I thought you don't drink. I don't drink, but that's like what you think. What's what you think of when you think of retirement? Starting programming in your 20s. Yeah, I started learning when I was 24. Man, I wish I could work remote. You can. You just have to negotiate it. I bet you could work remote. I mean, if you're not like in retail where you like have to be there to do stuff, but if you're in this industry, like data industry, knowledge industry, where you're just on the computer all day, you can negotiate out. To make money on YouTube is niche important. The goal on YouTube is to not make money. That's a byproduct of making good content. The goal should be to make content that people can walk away with. Like if they've gotten something from your content, something cool, something interesting, like that could be inspiration, motivation, some piece of knowledge that they can put in their life. What would you do if you were gifted $1 million? I'd pay the gift tax first. And then after that, I'd probably buy real estate to generate some cash flow. How old are you? I'm 29. Would you rather make more money at a place you hate or quit to be happier and make less? I would happily quit my job where I make less to make less money and be happier. My happiness is the most important thing in life. You don't get to make up happiness. It's like sleep. Everyone thinks they get to make up sleep by sleeping in later the next day. And in reality, that's not how it works. It's the same thing for happiness. You don't get to be extra happy later to make up for the 10 years where you hated your life. That's not how it works. There's a peak, there's a cap to happiness. You don't get to make it up. So I will try to add some sort of, you know, it's important for me. Like my mental stability and my happiness is very important now. So I can't make it up because you need the time to be able to make up that time you would have been happy, and you don't get time back. Does that make sense? Do you like being a YouTuber more than a software engineer? 400%. Yeah, dude, this is way more fun than showing up at work at 9 a.m. every day and sitting in a meeting and talking about what you're going to do to make someone else a bunch more money and have no control over how much you're getting paid except asking for a raise. This is way better. Way better. That's why all the people quit to do YouTube, you know, cuz if you could, would you quit? Maybe it's not for you. Are you not the creative type? Maybe you need that push. Maybe you like going into work. Maybe that's what you want. But for me, that's not me. That's not my type. Is making video on YouTube will make you happy, or is it just artificial like other YouTuber? Wait, what? I like doing this. I did it before I got paid. I did it before I got money. I did it before I did it full time. I do it because I like it. Like there's some days where I'm not motivated, but even that's just how life works. I'm sure you guys play video games when you're not even motivated to play video games. You just log in and go through the motions, you know? It's like, yeah, you like video games, but there's some days you like it way more, and some days you like them way less. Future plan for you? I'd like to retire in a couple years. Financially, I'll still do what I do, but like that's my financial goals, I guess. Were you self-conscious at first? I still am, but I just learned to not care. So it's like imposter syndrome. You just learn to not care. College internship, software engineer, they pay lunch only, accept or look for better. They pay lunch only? They pay lunch? Why would they pay you for lunch? That doesn't make sense. Yeah, definitely get, like, if you're not an intern if you're not getting paid, dude. You're a volunteer. How did you develop your effective habits while suppressing ineffective? Dude, I still have ineffective habits. I just have a standard that I need to get done every single day. But last night, you know, I stayed up playing video games too late. Could you do a remote gig and in office at the same time? Yes, I've done it. For LLC, yeah, maybe like $500 a year. Well, I would say like anything over 600. You got to report income tax anything over $600 in the U.S.